Kondosan.
Once upon a time, there lived a mother goat and her 7 kids. They lived in a house in the forest. Mother goat loved her kids and would protect them at any cost. She would try to teach them lessons about her life experiences. And they were so cute. 4 of them were girls and 3 of them were boys. One day, Mother Goat wanted to go to the market to sell the butter that she had made. But she had to leave her kids at home by themselves.
My dear ones, I'm going to the market. Don't you dare open the door to strangers. Please be careful.
Okay, Mom.
Okay, Mom.
When you come, show us your feet. If we believe that they are your feet, we'll open the door.
Mother Goat set off right after kissing all her kids goodbye. Meanwhile, there was a treacherous wolf wandering in the forest, searching for some easy prey. The wolf was hiding behind a tree, patiently waiting for the little goat's mother to leave the house. As soon as she left, he knocked on their door. He wanted to make use of this opportunity.
Who is it?
My dear kids, it's me, your mother. I've brought you some wonderful and delicious fruit. Open the door for me.
Hey, wait. I know this voice. This is the voice of the wolf. Remember what Mom said?
The wolf has a deep voice. Oh, my dears, please be careful and don't make a mistake, or the wolf will eat you all.
As the wolf couldn't get past the door, he knocked on the door to try his chance again. This time, he really thinned his voice to make it sound like their mother's.
My dear goats, I'm stuck outside. Come on, open the door for me. I'm so tired. I've brought you a lot of food. Why are you making your mother wait outside?
This sounds like my mother, but we need to be sure. Mother, please stretch your legs out from under the door. Remember what we discussed? Show us your feet. So the wolf stretched out his feet. Of course, after seeing the dark feet, the goats realized that this was the wolf. Get lost!
Get lost!
Get lost!
You're not our mother. Her feet are white.
White as snow.
We won't open the door. We won't open the door.
We won't open.
The wolf got furious. He went to the bakery and bought a sack of flour. He came back to the kids' door and covered his feet in flour, making them completely white.
This should work now. I'm going to catch the goats. You little goats. You can't escape from me.
But the wolf had forgotten one thing. The little goats were very clever. Terrified of the wolf constantly hovering outside their door, they came up with a plan.
My sisters and brothers, I have a feeling. I think that this wolf isn't going to give up easily and he's going to try to trick us. If this treacherous wolf comes to our door again, even if we see white feet, we'll peek from under the door. If it's indeed our mother, we'll recognize her smell from even behind the door.
The goats gathered round and whispered the plan to one another. They all had a different task. With joy, the wolf knocked on the door again with his feet snow-white covered in flour. This time he was so sure that he'd be able to trick the goats.
Kids, come on. I'm your mother. Look what I bought you. If you open the door, I have a gift for all of you. Here are my snow-white feet. Look from under the door. Did you see? Did you see my snow-white feet?
When the goats carefully looked at the feet, they realized that they were way too big to be their mothers. Yes, they're white, but they are huge. Kids, this is the wolf again, not our mother. Come on, let's carry out our plan. Okay, Mother. I'm opening the door right away. As they planned, everyone hid in a different place. One of them hid under the blanket, one under the bed, one inside the closet, one inside the oven, and another behind the curtains. And one of them went onto the roof. Her task was up there. Their plan was coming together perfectly. Finally, the little goat, who knew that the time had come, slowly pulled on the string that he attached to the door from inside the old big clock in the living room where he was hiding, and the door opened. "The door's open, Mummy. You can come in now." The wolf that entered the house was shocked to find it empty.
Huh?
He couldn't see a single goat anywhere. Suddenly, he noticed something moving under the blanket. The wolf walked there slowly, holding his hands out. He lifted the blanket.
I've got you, little one. Did you think you could trick me? No one can escape from me. Ah!
The big sister was the one under the blanket. In her hand was a bottle of spicy red pepper. Suddenly, she threw all of it at the wolf's face. And the goat under the bed poured the bottle of oil on the wolf's feet. There was oil everywhere. The wolf's face, mouth, nose and eyes were burning, so he couldn't stand on the slippery floor and fell flat on the ground. Covered all in oil, the wolf rolled over and over towards the door, trying to escape.
Help! Help! I'm burning! I'm burning! Isn't there anyone to help me? My eyes are burning! I can't see anything!
The kid, hiding in the big old clock, poked his head out and with a hoarse voice,
Catch this treacherous wolf and punish him. He should know what it means to try to trick us.
Upon hearing this, all the others started throwing the tomatoes they had stored in the living room from the freezer, and also the marbles they played with, to the wolf that couldn't run on the slippery ground. The goat on top of the roof threw a bucket of cold water over the wolf's head that was hardly able to come out the door. The wolf ran for his life as fast as he could.
If I had thought for 40 years, I would have never thought that these little goats could trick me. Either I've gotten very old, or these goats are really very clever.
Towards evening, Mother Goat returned from the market. She had bought her little goats a lot of fruit and vegetables so that they could be healthy. Each one of them was fond of a different fruit. The mother did not forget any of them and chose them carefully. When she arrived in front of the door, she noticed the entrance was completely wet. She looked up and there was not a cloud in the sky, and it wasn't raining. She knocked on the door and called out to the little goats.
My little goats, I'm here. Open the door for me. I'm very tired and my hands are full of bags. I also have a surprise for you.
Show us your
Show
feet.
us your feet.
Show us your feet.
Mother Goat stretched her feet under the door. The goats realized that these were their mother's feet right away. Her voice was also their mother's. They opened the door without hesitation. Mother Goat screamed with shock when she entered the house. It was a big mess. Peppers and tomatoes were on the floor, and furniture was scattered all around. Mother Goat was terrified.
My God, what happened to this house? What is this? There are tomatoes and peppers everywhere. Are you okay?
The little goats told their mother what had happened to them one by one. The mother was very sad, but was also very proud of her children. Once again, she realized how clever they were. Later, they all cleaned their house together. They ate their dinner.
My smart little ones, I love you all so much. You did well today. You acted together and you defeated the bad wolf. I'm proud of you. It makes me so happy to be the mother of such clever goats.
She hugged and kissed them one by one. The next day, they all went to the police to complain about the wolf.
Oh.
They told the forest police everything that had happened. The forest police congratulated the little goats for their bravery and cleverness. He even told them that if they wanted, they could become forest police when they grew up. The goats were very happy to hear this. The wolf was caught and sent far away. He was punished to never come back. The 7 little goats lived happily ever after, protecting one another, just like their mother had taught them. Once upon a time, there was a little girl who lived with her mother in a village near the forest. Her grandmother had made a Red Riding Hood for her. She loved it so much that she wore it everywhere she went. That's why the people in the village called her Little Red Riding Hood. One day, the lumberjack who lived in the forest came to Little Red Riding Hood's house to let them know that Grandma was sick.
Is there anything that you need?
Her mother, who heard this, prepared medicine from different herbs and called out to Little Red Riding Hood.
Sweetheart, I prepared a medicine for your grandma. I also cooked a healthy meal made of vegetables. Please, bring these to her at once. Don't wander away. Stay on the path. And don't talk to strangers, please. Yes, Mom. I miss Grandma so much. Please put everything in my basket. I'll go right away. Don't forget to tell her we love her so much. Okay, Mom. Of course I will.
So, Little Red Riding Hood went on her way. It was a sunny morning. There were butterflies fluttering around. She was singing and dancing among the butterflies on the way to her grandmother's. Birds were singing in the forest. She held tightly the basket of food and medicine that her mother had given her. There were so many beautiful flowers around her that Little Red Riding Hood got distracted and forgot what her mother had warned her about. She wandered off her path and went into the forest.
What beautiful flowers! I need to gather some and make a bouquet. Grandma will love them.
While gathering some flowers, she didn't realize that she had wandered off her path and had gone deep into the forest.
These are also nice. These are nice too. Oh, these smell better. Oh, I think I'm lost.
As she was trying to find her way back to the path, a giant wolf suddenly appeared in front of her. Little Red Riding Hood was so afraid that she screamed, dropping her basket to the ground.
Where are you going in such a hurry, little girl? What is your name? You are so sweet.
People call me Little Red Riding Hood. I am taking some medicine, some food, and some nice flowers to my grandma who is sick.
You don't need to be afraid of me. I am not a bad wolf. Look, you dropped your basket. Here, take it. I just want to help you.
Actually, the wolf was thinking about the food in the basket. He thought that he would never go hungry again if he could also have the food in her grandmother's house. He befriended Little Red Riding Hood so he could fool her. He was a sly wolf.
Thank you for helping me. You're so kind, sir. But I need to hurry up. My grandma is expecting me because she is so ill. I need to bring this medicine and food to her, otherwise she won't get better.
Is your grandmother's house so far?
Just a little ahead where the pine trees are. It's a small cottage, just between them.
Okay, then you continue gathering flowers, sweet little girl. I am glad we met. Take care.
Once he learned where the grandmother's house was, the wolf hurried and took the shortcut to the house. The old lady asked from the inside when the wolf knocked on the door. "Who is this? My dear grandchild, is it you?"
Yes, it's me, Grandma. I brought you medicine and food.
"The door is open, dear. You can come in." The wolf barged in happily. He grabbed the grandmother and locked her in a chest. He then wore the grandmother's clothes that he found in her wardrobe. He put on her hat and glasses and lay in bed, under the covers, to wait for Little Red Riding Hood. Meanwhile, Little Red Riding Hood, who could not find her way back, realized that she was lost and started crying.
What am I going to do now? Why did I listen to my mother? She told me to stay on the path.
A hunter who was in the forest heard the girls crying and approached her.
Why are you crying, little girl? Don't cry.
I lost my way in the forest while gathering some flowers. My grandma's sick. I need to bring her some medicine.
It is very dangerous to walk alone in the forest. Don't be afraid. I will take you where you are going.
Thank you so much, sir.
So, may I ask you something? Have you seen a wolf around?
Yes, he was with me a few minutes ago. He asked me where my grandma's house is. He ran away and disappeared.
Oh my God! We need to hurry! We need to stop him before he hurts your grandma!
They quickly headed towards the house. When the little girl knocked on the door, the wolf, imitating the grandmother's voice, asked who was at the door.
My dear grandchild, I've been expecting you. The door is open. You can come in.
Little Red Riding Hood didn't recognize her voice, but thought that it was due to her illness.
Okay, you are safe now in your grandma's house. I'm going back to the forest to hunt that wolf. Don't forget, I'm always around.
Little Red Riding Hood stepped in and sat by the bed near the wolf and asked why it was so dark inside. The wolf had drawn the curtains. Little Red Riding Hood was very surprised that her grandma had changed a little because of her illness.
Oh, Grandma, what big ears you have.
All the better to hear you with, darling.
Oh, Grandma, what big eyes you have.
All the better to see you with.
Oh, Grandma, what big hands you have.
All the better to hug you with, my dear child.
And your teeth? What sharp teeth you have.
All the better to eat the food you brought me.
When Little Red Riding Hood heard his real voice, she realized that it was the wolf that she had met in the forest.
Help! Help!
The hunter, who hadn't gone far, turned back and went inside. He hit the wolf on the head with a piece of wood so he could let go of Little Red Riding Hood. He tied the wolf up and took him far away from the forest.
You bad wolf! I finally got you! The forest will now be free of you!
The hunter saved the grandmother and got her out of the chest.
Little Red Riding Hood, that'll teach you. Don't ever disobey your mother's words. All this happened to you because of that.
They ate their meal together with the hunter that had saved their lives. The grandmother took her medicine and started feeling much better. Little Red Riding Hood ran back to her house before it got dark. She would never disobey her mother again.